Hi, welcome back to Marcella's World. So, as you guys know, I'm Marcella, and today we are going to be having a conversation or discussing how to find support when you have had a baby at a young age, what support I used, what I had, how I got along financially, um, education wise, and hopefully that will give you some insight and help you to realize that you're not alone. There are people that can help you, there are programs that can help you, and yeah, you just have to look for them. But I'm gonna tell you the ones that I used and what I had to help me get through when it came down to having resources and support to take care of my new baby. Okay, so the first thing that I had, which was very helpful, very helpful. There was a program here in Virginia at the time called it's called the Up Center now, but actually it was called Child and Family Services at that time. And what they did was, after I had my daughter, they came to the hospital. It was like I don't know how in the heck they knew I was pregnant. I don't know how the heck they knew I was having a baby. But they came into the hospital and they had a conversation with me and asked me if I would like to be a part of their program. And I accepted. I didn't know what it was for, but either way, I accepted. So, what the program ended up being was, they had multiple things they did. They had a person come to my house every week and talk to me about growth and development of my baby. It had like a worker come there and they would help me. They give me handouts and packets on different stuff, which if you looked at the last video, chapter 2, you would know that until this person came with this packet, I didn't even know babies had tear ducts. So I'm just letting my baby cry, okay? Because she don't have no tears in her eyes. Thank God for them coming to give me the education that I needed so that I did not let my baby cry to death. But you don't know what you don't know. So they came and they taught me different things on growth and development. And then if I had doctor's appointments for my baby, because I didn't have a car, they would come and take me to doctor's appointments. They had a program that they had for other teen moms that they would come and pick us up, and we would take our baby with us, and we would have these group sessions where we would just sit around and just talk about whatever our experiences were, relate to each other. So yeah, that was very helpful because it felt good to have other people around that were going through the same thing that you were going through. And it was just very beneficial. So yeah, that was really, really helpful, especially in the beginning. And because I had a worker, she really encouraged me to set goals, and she really like kind of held me accountable, but she also encouraged me a lot. So she would ask me different things like, well, what do you need? What do you want to do you need a job? How are we going to make that happen? So she was really helpful in that way. And I'm sure that in your community you might have a program, a girls program. They have different things like Girls Inc. They have Boys and Girls Club. They have just different organizations for teens. And if you Google it, you might find something in your area. So you should do that. My family was a big support. My godmom was very helpful to me, as far as helping me with my baby. But I was so determined that I was going to do it all myself that I didn't really accept help that much. I really didn't want anybody to look after her, but when I needed them to, because I just was so determined, like, I'm going to do this on my own. But if you have a family or a support team that will help you, accept help from them, but don't abuse it, because you never want to burn bridges, and you want to make sure that when you really, really do need help, you have it ran your well dry. And that means you haven't used it up so much that they're like, I'm not going to keep on messing with you. Okay. So, and that goes into my own determination. I was just so determined. I was so determined that I just wanted to be better. I just wanted to be better. I wanted better for my daughter. I wanted better for her life. I wanted better for my life. And that was the blessing. She was such a blessing to me. That's how come I said, like in a previous video, do not allow yourself to think, oh, I've made the biggest mistake. My life is over. God will use everything for the good. And at the time, I personally needed something to love more than me because I had such low self-esteem. I didn't love myself enough to make the proper steps to move forward. But I loved her so much. I was just so willing and so determined to make the decisions that I needed so that she was okay. And God knew I needed that. I really did. So yeah, some people will make you think, oh, you 17, your life is over, you're dumb, you done made a terrible decision. But don't let yourself think that. Don't let yourself think that. Don't let people let you think that. Because at the end of the day, it's all going to be good. It's all in the decisions that you make now. The decisions you make now will have a big part to play in what happens moving forward, whether you're successful or not. It's all on you. You have the power, you have you have to have the will to want to do the necessary things so that you and your baby are okay. All right. All right. And the other thing that I had was state assistance. Now, that's not just welfare, okay? That's not just welfare. Like, welfare is like when they give you money, basically monthly, to assist with living. But they also gave me other things that were really, really helpful for me. Like, they gave me very, very, very cheap daycare. Okay. And I was able to pick from a list of daycares, and my daughter went to this particular daycare. The state paid for it. They paid for my bus tickets to be able to go back and forth. So it was very helpful to have state assistance in that way. Although I did not depend on it, because when I got to a position where I could do better and I got a raise at my job, I ended up not being on state assistance anymore because I felt like I had moved past it. But when they're giving you something, take advantage of it, but don't depend on it. Okay. So you still need to work. You still need to do what you have to do, because at the end of the day, the baby is depending on you. Okay. The baby's depending on you. So that is all I have to say about that. If you guys in our community have any insight or know any programs that are helpful or that you know of, either in your state, in your area, that could be beneficial, beneficial to this community and this topic, I suggest or ask or encourage you to leave it in the comment section. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you share it to anyone that you know that could benefit from it, because at the end of the day, we are working together to try to empower each other, to love on each other. And the way we do that is by sharing and by making sure that we give good advice, loving advice, encouraging advice. And we start that in the comment section. So thank you for coming to Marcella's World. Thank you for coming to chapter 3, and stay tuned for chapter 4. Bye.